find the right words. And there's no way this is real life. There's no telling you're the right girl. So I can only say that it feels right. It feels right, it feels right. Yeah, I can only say that it feels right. It feels right, it feels right. Yeah, I can only say that it feels right.
So it actually is day 6, believe it or not. And I don't know if you guys can see any differences. I mean, I pretty much can. I can see differences. I did get a late start today, but that was with good reason. I mean, when I say late start, I mean like as far as consuming the cleanse, like getting up to actually make the tea and the lemonade. And I think that's really because I want to say not hungry. And so now I have to like force myself to actually eat. And a lot of times I was eating to get back to this weight, because I guess let me just kind of rewind here. I fell in depression because of something, and that is for a story time, but I got into this depression and it was really bad, and it was about, I want to say a couple years before me and my husband actually got together and like committed and everything like that and got married. I fell into like this huge depression, and the weight kind of like, it would be at times where I just was too stressed out to eat, so I wouldn't eat anything, and I didn't gain any weight whatsoever. And then there would be times where I finally got to eat and I just binged out. I just ate so much, like it was crazy. That's pretty much like how this whole weight issue started for me, because I've always been really athletic. I've always been really like fit, love to exercise, you name it. Like I don't know if you guys remember, Taibo's the name of the program that came out when I was like a kid. And me and my sister got it, and we were just at it all night, like we actually had any weight to lose. So I remember being like 12 with my sister, and we would be doing Taibo, and like we would be practicing it with my mom, and it was just crazy now that I think about it. I wish I can get my hands on some Taibo tapes nowadays, but when that depression kicked in some time ago because of a situation, I was faced to deal with a lot of stuff, like a lot of baggage or things that were going on that I was trying to pretend like everything was okay. And I really had to like turn around and look and see that things were not okay, things were falling apart, and I really just couldn't handle that. And as like a Leo, as a woman, someone trying to be independent, not repeat, maybe like a past, or just kind of have control over their life, it was very detrimental to me, and it made me deal with a lot of stuff. A lot of things started to surface, and so I came up with I came up with so many symptoms that I had to deal with, and depression was the worst one, because I could just lay in bed all day and just be like, why am I here? So when that happened, I gained a lot of weight. Like, I'm really lazy. It's pretty bad, actually. Yeah, I got really lazy, and I had comfort food, which I never in a million years would have assumed that I had. But okay, so I had comfort food, and then I met my husband. And when I met my husband, I was actually pretty fit. And then when I met him, the stresses of a new relationship, all that stuff. If you guys remember my other story time, hold on, I think Bella's locked upstairs. Bella locked herself upstairs again. She keeps going in my sister's room, and that door closes by itself, and she keeps locking herself in there. I'm like, stop going in there, the door closes by itself, girl. But anyway, sorry, it totally freaks me out when she cries like that, because come here, baby, come here. I never know when she's doing that to herself. She'll go lock herself in a room, And I don't know if she's in there until she starts crying at the last minute. I'm like, okay. So sorry about that. Oh my god, my heart is like going really fast. Anyway, like I was saying, I got into this depression and I was really fit until the time that I met my husband. And the reason why I say that is because remember how I explained to you that when I was stressed out, trying to get so many things done at once, I could not eat. Like, that was the furthest thing from my mind. Just like I'm kind of having to force myself to now. And so when I met my husband, he was working a couple jobs, and one of them he was like friends with the owner, like really close, or still really close. They asked him to come back all the time, and I'm like, no, you have a better job now. But he was working there in food, and I would just eat for free all the time. And this is before I, ventured on becoming vegetarian. I would just eat like all types of fried chicken and hot sauce, or, excuse me, not hot sauce. Let me stop lying. It was like honey mustard or something. Stuff that you get addicted to really easy. Stuff like that. And that happened for a long, long time. So, like I said, I found the Master Cleanse some years ago, and I was just getting so big. It was getting out of control. And when my husband still married me, like, after everything that we've been through, and he still married me, I tell you guys, I kid you not, it was the inspiration that I needed to get my ass in shape, and that is what I've been doing. That is what I'm going to do. So my heaviest weight as of a couple of years ago, a couple of years ago before we actually got married, my heaviest weight was 200 freaking pounds. Yes. White chicks, unbelievable. Okay? 200 freaking pounds. Yeah, so I searched and I searched and I searched. I just didn't have the strength. I was putting all my energy into my kids, dealing with a battle with that, and I didn't have the energy. I didn't have the strength. I'm building my life over again. I'm doing all this stuff, etc. So I'm not going to try to keep you guys here too long, but it's just background as to why I started. And I just feel more awake now. It's day 6. I feel more awake. I don't know if I'm looking better. Hopefully I am. You guys can tell. I'll be able to tell by looking back at the video. Again, that's why I started recording in the first place. But that was difficult. I was 200 pounds, and that added a whole different type of depression that I just did not need. So that's why I started the Master Cleanse the first time. I think I got down to about, she barks at anybody. That's probably the mailman or the trash man or the pickup. Bella. 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 See, looks can be deceiving. She is a mean dog, okay? Just like my stepsister, my sister-in-law. She means to, okay? Big things come in small packages. Don't try to forget. But anyway, so just to wrap this up, I know my day 5 video was really short. I didn't have much to say. I was kind of just like getting over day 5. It's like getting over that final hump. So I know that video is really short. But anyway, 200 pounds was my heaviest. I did the Master Cleanse. I got down to about 170 when I stopped. So after just like, okay, so that was in September, 170. I got down from 200 to 170. That's a big deal. And somehow it started to like creep back up on me as of a couple months ago, because me and my sister-in-law and my husband are so addicted to going out and eating that even living a vegetarian lifestyle was not healthy. It wasn't working. It wasn't working out. And so I did get a late start today. However, one thing I added was exercise.
Forever